You know, after you come out of recessions, you know, individuals learned that they had to cut back and businesses had to cut back as well. And also the government itself, you know, initially they have to spend in a recessionary period to help, you know, inflate the economy a little bit. But then also ultimately they have to cut back as well. And that kind of feeds into what's going on generally in Virginia with the Virginia retirement system. The Virginia retirement system recognized that they have not been funding it properly for many years. It was easy for them to ignore, unfortunately, funding to the fullest amount necessary. And once they found themselves in a fairly large hole, actually a very large hole, they certainly recognized that they had to address it somehow. So the current administration is doing a good job of focusing on what are the right steps. The federal government went through the same thing back in the 80s when they switched from the civil service retirement system to the federal employees retirement system. And a similar thing is happening in Virginia. As painful as it is unfortunately a necessary step. People who are currently in the system should be okay, and I think the government has done a good job, the state has done a good job of trying to provide some incentives to beef up their retirement a little bit. But it will be a change for everybody because younger people coming into the state system will be under a form of defined contribution and a defined benefit plan instead of just a defined benefit plan. So it means that people do need to understand that they have to save more for their own retirement, and they have to be wise about how they invest those resources. But this is an absolutely critical area for every individual to understand that it is up to them for many things to be able to focus on their retirement, understand the investments that they need to do for themselves, and understand what it takes to be able to successfully retire. I can tell you, though, that no matter what your income, everyone should be able to have a good and successful retirement if they just focus on what they need to do at younger ages. And even if they're not younger and they're trying to focus on it at or near retirement, there are many, many things that you can do to make sure you have a successful retirement.